welcome back to my channel and thank you for watching once again. Today I'm going to be doing something called Curtido, a Salvadorian type of coleslaw. We're going to be needing about 6 to 5 small cabbages, maybe 2 onions, 3 carrots, oregano, and salt. Maybe a little bit of radishes as well. Also, we're going to be needing a shredder, because you don't want to be doing it by hand, or you can, that is your choice. And we're going to be also needing a big bowl so that we have space. Then we're going to be using a vinegar, which is the vinegar that I love to use. First of all, make sure that you wash your hands very thoroughly when you're going to be doing this type of food, because you're going to be using your hands a lot. So you want to make sure that you wash them really good so you don't have them dirty. Okay, after that is done, you want to go ahead and grab all the cabbages and you want to take them out of the plastic bags. You also want to take off the bad leaves that are on top on all of them. So once you have all of these cut, we will then follow to cut them in half. Once you finish cutting them all in half, and you have them all ready for you to cut by hand, you can go ahead and you can start cutting them in really thin slices of cabbage. For those people that don't want to use the your hand, you can also go ahead and use the shredder, which is probably more comfortable to use. I personally like doing it by hand because once I start using the shredder, they all kind of fall apart, as you can see. Definitely like cutting it myself. So as you can see now, it's looking nicer and thinner. I have more control about doing it by hand. You can also see that I'm going to be using the shredder right now just to show you how it really does feel and how it looks, how to do it. As you can see, as if I'm cutting it up, it is coming out okay, but kind of towards the end, the top of the cabbage usually falls apart. You have to keep on adjusting it to make sure you do it thin, and it'll come out like a different size. Once it gets closer to it, you can tell that I'm struggling here. So personally, I don't like to use it because at the end, I don't end up using those cabbages. It's kind of like a waste, or I end up cutting them in little pieces just to make sure that it gets used. Once I'm done cutting it all into thin pieces and making sure that everything looks good, I go ahead and get my salt and I start adding it. I know it looks like I'm putting a lot of salt in it, but you need the salt in order for it to make it cook. The salt actually cooks the cabbage. So once you start grabbing it and making sure that it's all the water comes out and it kind of gets cooked in a way. I'm not sure how to explain it, but in reality you need the salt in order for it to come out as good as we need it to come out cooked and not raw. Alright, once we've done doing this for a long period of time, maybe about, 10-15 minutes until you realize that then it's done. So you're going to go ahead and get your apple cider and you're going to put a little bit apple cider vinegar. Ideally, you want to go ahead and put as much as you can, like to kind of cover it, not completely, but just enough for it to actually sink in inside. Once you've done that, you grab your oregano and you go ahead and put in some oregano. Some people don't like oregano, so you want to go ahead and put as much as you think you might want in it, but you do need a certain amount just so it blends in as well with the vinegar and the cabbage. Once you've done doing that, you go ahead and just mix it up and leave it alone to be sauteed. While that's being sauteed, you grab your onions and your carrots and you're going to go ahead and start cutting them in slices so that you can put those to a boil. So basically, right after it's cut nice and thin, you go ahead and put it in your drainer so that we can bring it to the kitchen sink and wash them very good, so that when that's really done, we go ahead and we put it in our pot and the onions with the carrots, and we go ahead and bring it to a boil. Okay guys, so I just want to make sure I let you guys know that I don't really have an amount of vinegar that I put, but I just want to make sure the vinegar is exactly right above the level of the cabbage, because it's being marinated in there with the salt and oregano that we put in while we're waiting for our carrot and our onions to be ready, because we want them to be slightly between soft and hard, so that we put it in here, and the water that is going to have in the pot is going to go in here, making this level a little bit higher. Okay, so we're just gonna wait. Guys, once this comes to a boil, you make sure they're nice and not too soft and not too hard, and then they are ready to bring it out. Once that's ready, we go ahead and we put in the container with the cabbage. We do all the carrots and the onions, and we go ahead and continue to mix it really good until we're done mixing it, and then at the end it's completely done and it looks like this. Yummy. So guys, I want to let you know that your vinegar in your water has to be at a certain level to make sure that it covers it up and it's not dry. I also went ahead and I cut up a few little jalapeno serranos to make a little one spicy and a little one non-spicy, and I also cut up some radishes to give it a touch. So enjoy guys, and hope to see you again soon. Go ahead and put a like and share my video. Thank you very much, and hope to see you guys soon again. Thank you. Bye.